Welcome to this presentation on Web 2.0 tools for the classroom.
Do you remember this little typewriter guy from Sesame Street? He was once used to teach students letters. What an amazing tool at that time to grab learners' attention. Quite honestly, it's still a viable teaching tool today.
If you take a moment to think about it, the educational realm has taken advantage of available technology all throughout history. Looking back as far as 1900, teachers used slate boards as presentation tools using the technology that was available for that time. An early film projector became a viable and a valuable tool in education from 1910 through 1920s. In the 1930s, the education realm began to take advantage of audio by using recordings of lectures for students. Even our United States government heavily relied on training films for the military in the 1940s as we faced World War II. In the 1950s and 1960s, schools had language labs that were designed around audio-visual equipment. And although too large and bulky for education, computers were just getting their start. But in the 1970s, we saw tools like the T1 calculator and a transparency projector. The 1980s brought the personal computer into schools and into homes. PowerPoint made its first appearance. The 1990s ushered in the internet and the power of sharing research through Gopher engines and ERIC. By 2000, music players were available. Schools had media centers. Lecture presentation rooms were now available to incorporate additional media. Classroom learning management portals were available to share information between students in a class and even to submit assignments. Videos were now on YouTube and Web 2.0 applications appeared. It's impressive how at every step of the way, education found the benefits of incorporating media. Unfortunately, the physical appearance of the classroom looks very similar to that with the past. The problem is, we've supplemented lessons with these technology tools, but are still widely using similar analog type techniques such as 50 years ago. Teachers once again need to adapt to the learning of students who have grown up learning with digital tools. There's always something new. Change is a constant. Students need to be able to create, to build upon past experiences, to be active and involved in their learning. What better way to do this than to use the tools available to use through the internet? There is so much potential for creating learning involvement and creation through the use of Web 2.0 tools.
Web 2.0 refers to online tools where the user designs, creates, and shares information. Users can even collaborate together on one ultimate project. Officially, a Web 2.0 site allows users to interact and collaborate with each other in a social media dialogue as creators of user-generated content in a virtual community. Users are not just passively viewing content created for them, but they are creators. A blog is one form of a Web 2.0 tool. A blog is a short term for the words weblog. A blog is a website which contains a short entry on relevant information listed in reverse chronological order. Examples of blogs include Blogger, WordPress, Tumblr, and even Twitter. There are sites like Flickr, YouTube, TeacherTube, and PhotoBucket that allow people to create, manipulate, and share photos and videos. Other tools such as Glyphy and Google Docs allow students to create and share documents in real time. These resources are great for collaboration. RSS feeds allow people to automatically keep up with updates of their preferred websites without actually having to manually go check them regularly. wiki is a web page or a set of web pages that allow any user given access to easily create, edit, and link content. They generally have a history function which allows for one to see previous versions of edited pages. Because of these functions and their ease of use, wikis are often used as collaborative tools and can facilitate group work. One of the most well-known wikis is Wikipedia. There are tons of Web 2.0 applications. A great resource for searching for an application to meet your needs is at www.gotoweb20.net. You can search by application needed or just browse through to see the potential for any classroom. Web 2.0 fundamentally revolves around us and seeks to ensure that we engage ourselves, participate and collaborate together, and mutually trust and enrich each other, even though we could be separated by the entire world geographically. Web 2.0 tools were systematically identified by what actually worked during the first generation of the web. Web 2.0 contains proven techniques for building valuable web-based software and experiences. These tools represent best practices. Time, space, and geography are basically just relative. We can collaborate with anybody, anywhere, at any time. And because students now have an authentic audience for whom to write, they need to write responsible, legitimate content. They can get excited about it because it's not just for the teacher, and it pushes their thinking as collaborators on a project. Although there are plenty of examples of online classrooms that are currently using Web 2.0, one specific example really demonstrates the extent by which these tools can be utilized. Mr. McCallum's online classroom looks like a general website. It has the news, announcements, and general activities for each course he teaches, specifically journalism and writing-natured courses. But if you look carefully under Tools, he gives plenty of students the opportunity to collaborate and gain experience writing using these tools. These students utilize a forum to discuss class topics. A link is provided for students to access and share Google documents to allow for collaboration on projects. Each individual class has a blog where Mr. McCallum provides writing advice or presents them with a problem to solve or simply gets them responding or thinking about aspects of writing. A link is available for students to store files and even for classroom email. Lastly, a link exists to a classroom Flickr account that allows students to publish pictures where they can show what they are writing about in picture form, or even write about an image that creates a feeling. Of course, there are lots of other online classrooms that are utilizing these Web 2.0 tools to connect, collaborate, and interact with today's digital learners. If you get in the habit of utilizing Web 2.0 tools as a supplementary tool for your classroom, you can have an archive to assist with general reference and notes for special needs students. Also, those students who are absent from class can be held accountable for activities or assignments missed, and there are more opportunities to appeal to students' learning styles, and it helps the teacher to keep organized and focused in the planning process. Because Web 2.0 tools are so readily available on the internet, they are easy for students and teachers to access. The programs follow them across computer platforms and can easily appeal to various learning styles. As times have changed throughout history, new technologies have always been implemented. It's as important even now to include these dynamic and new technologies in the classroom for today's digital learners.